everyone, and welcome to the Claire Point podcast with me, Randy Prizzle. How you guys all doing out there? Welcome to this episode of the podcast, the New Year's edition. It's a new year. If people out there have been living under the rock and don't know, it's a new year here, and it's 2025. So we're gonna bring some fun here, some games, some excitement, and that. I want to big up everyone who's checking out this podcast for the first time or checking it out throughout the whole last year and everything. Big yourselves up, first time listeners, new listeners, subscribers, all of that. I appreciate the love. I can feel the love. I can feel the love. No one says true. So yeah, thanks to all of that, guys. Big yourselves up. But let me stop waffling on. Obviously, I did travel a little to Paris, so you know what I mean. Came back yesterday, done about 10 days, was all great and that. But you don't want to hear all the sob story and all that, it's too long. We're here to have some fun with this podcast. So let's get on to the first game we've got for you guys here, which is called the 5-second rule. So basically, people, if you play the 5-second rule out there, you have to name, let's say, a subject gets said and you have to name those subject within 5 seconds. So obviously this is my timer. I know you can't see that properly, but there's generally balls that come down here, pause, and will tell me when the time is up and everything like that. So I'll turn it over, and then when the timer's up, then I have to name 5 things. Not 5, 3. Isn't it 3? I think it's 3. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yes, it's 3 things I have to name that goes with that subject. If I don't name 3 things in time, then I lose. But I want to do it to say, let's say 4 rounds. So if I don't get half of them correct, let's say 2, then next week I will do a forfeit. Let's say Marmite. I don't like Marmite, so I'll eat a spoonful of Marmite. Sucks, but I will do it because I lost. So let's get onto it and let's get onto the game. So let's pick the first card, and then I'm going to turn this over just before I finish the first card, so people don't think, hey, you're having longer than, you know, it's in 5 seconds, but you kind of knew the answer and you know, all of that. But so I'll be turning it over when just about to finish reading the card. So let's go. Are we ready? Name 3 good nicknames for genitals. Balls, sack, dick. I don't know if you can name dick as one, but yeah. Does it come across? Am I correct on that one? VAR might be for that one. Yeah, there might be a VAR on that one. But what do you guys think? Was I in line? That one, unsure of that one. We'll come to the next one. So are we ready? I'm going to turn it over. So there's one ball that decided to come down late, but it's when the majority of the balls come down, pause. That's when the time is up, and there's still a few more wriggling around there. But anyways, name 3 places to keep a vibrator. Your drawer, your cupboard, your under your drawer. Am I correct? I said under your drawer, but obviously yeah, drawers if you have like boxes and that. So does that count as 3? There may be another VAR check on that one as well, but it is what it is. Personally, I think we'll have 1 correct there. I'd say the other one was a bit, you know what I mean, in interest of fairness. So 1 right, 1 wrong. Let's come to the next one. Point to 3 places in your body that receive a cheeky kiss. Neck, back, kneecap, thighs. Yeah. Neck, back. Kiss you in your thigh, can't you? So I guess that counts, right? I'm going to give me a point for that one. So that's That's too correct. Do you know what I mean? But in the interest of fairness, as I said, we'll take it to a last question, you know. So if I get that one wrong, I will do a forfeit. You know what I mean? This one, regardless of what happens. Do you know what I mean? We want to try and secure the package here. So make it more interesting. Let's get on to the next one. Name three things you hate about family gatherings. Aunties, loud noise, gatherings, general. It just is what it is. Loud noises, auntie with the loud noises, and yeah, gatherings, man. I don't really appreciate family gatherings, so yeah, man, because there's just a lot of noise and then there's a lot of trouble. You know what I mean? I knew you were trouble when you walked in. So yeah, that's why for me, family gatherings and but I said gatherings, didn't I? So that one would be a fail. Okay, so it's 2 on 2 now. So two right, two wrong. We'll come to the last one now. This one is the be all and end all. Whether I do a forfeit next week or I don't do a forfeit next week. This is the big one. I've got to get this right. Pressure. There's big pressure, like the Swerve Strickland song. Catching, you know, all of that. But anyways, let's go. Name three words to describe a penis. Dick, schlong, aubergine. I got that right, didn't I? You call it a dick, schlong, and an aubergine. You know what I mean? Eggplant, same thing as aubergine. So I got that one right. I don't get to do a forfeit. So some people say, oh, that other one was, hey, I make the rules here. No, I'm joking. But I think that's that. And that's it. The 5 second rule, guys. If you appreciated that, we'll bring it back next time. But let's move on straight away because we've got a lot to do in this episode. We're going to come now to my advice, which is the confessions that people give. These are their confessions. Just when I say what they can see. On the side that they got one on the way. These are their confessions. So let's get on to the first one. I'm pregnant by the man I told my boyfriend not to worry about. I cheated on my boyfriend thinking he was cheating on me, only to find out he was never cheating. Now I feel stupid. This guy's Dominican and my boyfriend is black as night. If I call him Batman and that. And I'm brown skin. I know he's going to leave me when the baby is born. Help. Why should you get any help? You cheated on your boyfriend and you thought he was cheating, so you decided to do the two can play that game, your game. And listen, you failed because he didn't cheat on you. And then you ended up sleeping with this guy and getting pregnant. Fail. Massive fail. And then you're thinking this guy, you want him to stay with you because you've done this deed. He's not going to stay. He's not the Rihanna stuff. I want you to stay. He's not staying. He's pissing off and he's going somewhere else. Because you want to know why? You cheated. You lied. You're scumbag. So, at the end of it all, you can't expect this man to want to stay with you. Now, you haven't told him this news, but you've come and put your confessions out here to the world. You're pregnant. He's going to find out. Do you know what I mean? But if you're one of these dastardly people that's going to lie and go, oh yeah, well the baby is yours. Dastardly like dick. That's all I've got to say there. But you fucked about and you found it for yourself. And that's just what it is. Do you know what I mean? You own up to your shit, you move on, you get with this new guy. I guess if he wants your ass, if he don't want your ass, then you're fucked out here. Go to your parents, tell them what you did. Maybe they'll accept you back in and help you with the whole arrangements of being grandma and grandparents to this child. Because that's all you can hope for at this point in time. You messed about. You went to try and do the two can play that game stuff and you failed. Lines weren't crossed. There weren't no blurred lines going on here with the Robin Thicke song and all that. I know you want it, hey, hey, hey. Do you know what I mean? You got your wires completely crossed and your knickers in a twist. Because now it's not looking grand like 1K. It's not at all. It's down in the toilet and in the dumps. and you have a ute now to show for that. Listen, there's no badness on the ute. The ute didn't ask to be produced by your ingressions and all that. I'm trying to say the word correctly, but I guess I butchered that and said it wrong, but it is what it is. I feel like you have to tell your boyfriend what's gone on, and then he's going to leave you regardless. You just have to mentally prepare yourself, because this is what you've done, and this is the consequences of what you've done. It's over. Done out here. So move on. And he'll be singing that song now. I can't wait till you're gone away, and then I can move on. Wait till you are gone. I don't know why people like to play that tit for tat game. If you kind of understand and really know that your partner is cheating, then you've got to find some really hard evidence to prove that your partner is cheating. You don't just go out on a whim and decide to just do what you got to do. But that's if you want to cheat. If you want to cheat, then you're going to do what you have to do in the end of the day. But if you're just going on, oh, because I think my partner's done this, so I'm just going to go and do that, then you're doing it for selfish reasons, aren't you? You just wanted to get yourself, plucked like a chicken. So you did what you had to do, you effed about, you find out, and you've ended up with a ute. Congratulations on the ute, by the way. Let's move on to the next one. I lied to my girlfriend basically every day and have done for a while now. Well, that's peak, isn't it? He's already lied. But let's get to the story. This is a long one still. So, my girlfriend and I have been together for over a year now. I love her dearly. I have done since the moment we started talking. She is the love of my life, and I cannot wait to keep enjoying her presence as long as I breathe. Talk about the air I breathe and all that. Celine Dion stuff and that. Do you know what I mean? Truly. Heart can't go on and on and that. Now, where does the lie come in? Well, I want to know, generally. Essentially, my girlfriend is currently in recovery for anorexia, and she has been doing brilliantly, and I'm forever proud of her. However, she has emetophobia, the fear of vomiting and being ill. So most days she will get in her own head about how unwell she's feeling and convince herself she's going to be sick if she eats, so she does default and to go without. However, around a year ago, on a particular bad day where she had gone 2 to 3 days or so without eating a single thing, I was crying trying to get her to eat, and she said she could not because she'd be sick. In the moment, I randomly said, "Open your mouth and say ah," and she said why. I said you can physically tell if someone is going to be sick, and the uvula raises completely to avoid getting any acid residue from the stomach, sort of like a warning system for the body to anticipate throwing up. It worked. This lie I made up on the spot has worked wonders every day since then. I have no idea if what I said is remotely true after all I made up, but it's true and it's good. If not, it's still good because it helps. Okay, so I'm just going to summarize this up. Well, it's great that you've found her ways of getting her to eat, and that shows you're supportive as a boyfriend. Now, I thought this could have gone so left down a cliff and stuff that maybe she was sick and he was cheating on her or something like that. You know what I mean? Banging the girl in the bed next to her or something like that. You know what I mean? I thought it could have been a madness like that, but you know what I mean? When I started to see the badness come in, but hey, you lied to her, you told some white lies to get her to eat some food. Big up to you, man. Listen, because it's deep out here when some people are suffering from anorexia and things like that, and they can't eat food because of certain illnesses. So you did your thing, you helped her out to make her eat, and now she's eating, as he said, now 2, 3 meals a day with her, and the white lie is responsible for it. So listen, the white lie helped. So as far as I'm concerned, don't say anything to her, don't say shit. Do you know what I mean? Because it worked. Do you know what I mean? It feels something that went down a cliff and went bad, and then you could say, babes, you know, I kind of lied about that still, but it worked. Do you know what I mean? I think sometimes you wouldn't want to trigger those points again to get her to the point where she's like, oh, so you did that to make it start working again. Leave it out. I would say take the win and just move on. Except that, hey, I had to tell a lie. I had to do something here to make her eat. But you did it for reasons that helped her. You know what I mean? So you don't need to tell her jack shit. She don't need to know anything. Do you know what I mean? And obviously she's seen this confession, it's peaking her. She knows that you lied to her. But you don't need to say it's from you. It's anonymous at the end of the day. So don't say shit. Just move on. Appreciate the fact that she's eating food now. Big up to you because you helped her in the time of need. You actually helped her. So big up to you. And that's all I got to say on that one. We'll come on to the next one. We'll have one more. You know what I mean? So if this thing's gonna load, it's fine. Always likes to do its own thing. It's mind of its own and all that. Do you know what I mean? All right. I forced my ex-fiance to terminate her pregnancy and threatened her life after she cheated. Oh, wow. Well, that's deep. Said, it's been over 10 years since this incident, and that's the only reason I feel comfortable typing it out now. This is the worst thing I've ever done in my life, and it's not even a close call. When I was 25 and my ex-fiance was 23, I found out she had cheated on me shortly after we had discovered she was pregnant. Here. Damn. I was tipped off by a co-worker of hers who was my buddy, and he informed me that while I was on a several-week trip to Central America where I went to see my father with cancer, there were several days when my fiance went back home with a male co-worker. Are you sure it wasn't that co-worker she went home back with? Do you know what I mean? He may be telling you all sorts of things, but it could have been him. You know what I mean? How does he know all this? Do you know what I mean? So I confronted my fiance and she denied and denied. I demanded to see her phone, and after much pushing, she tearfully handed it to me, which confirmed that for a few months she had been hooking up with a co-worker of hers. She tried to say that we would work through it and that she's sorry, but something holding me together as a decent human being broke, resulting in my following actions. I said we could work through it, but she needed to acquiesce to all my demands if she had any hopes of salvaging what she had with me. I first told her she needed to quit her job immediately and text the co-worker that he's shit and she wanted nothing to do with him anymore. She initially protested, but I put on the waterworks and said that I would never trust her at that place of work ever again. She did as I asked, and I quit over text with her manager and sent a nasty text to her co-worker and blocked him in front of me. Then I demanded she terminated the pregnancy. She balked since we had agreed we were keeping the baby, but I said I don't know if I was the father and I don't trust her right now, much less willing to rebuild a relationship with her while raising a kid. She begged and pleaded, but I told her that I was so hurt that if she decided to keep it, I would throw her out and she'd be a single mom while I disappeared from her life without a trace. It took a lot of persuading and convincing, up to her begging me in tears in the parking lot outside the clinic, but she eventually got prescribed and terminated the pregnancy. Man, this is a long read, but all I have to say here is you should have just left her after she cheated. You know what I mean? To go down this route tells me that you're a bit sinister, to be honest. You were looking for revenge. You weren't really looking for someone to call your own. You were generally just looking as a plot of revenge. And this kid could have even been yours. Do you know what I mean? So you should have had a DNA test to find out if this child was yours. If this child had nothing to do with you, if you knew that you were never really going to take this woman back, then you really shouldn't have been in this relationship. After a month or two, when you realised, hey, I can't get over the fact that she's cheated on me, literally can't get over the fact of that, then you move on. You don't stay around, you don't try to hang about, because now it's not a revenge thing. You're looking just to mash up her life, and that's just generally what you've done now. You've mashed up her life. You know what I mean? This kid now, she don't have that kid to call her own anymore. You've done all these things. You're a sinister person. That's just what it is now. You know what I mean? You were looking for revenge. You weren't looking for anything else more than revenge. After, let's say, a month or two when you really knew that you weren't really gonna engage and get back into full loving moments with this woman again, you should have ended it. You should have deaded it. You should have never gone back there again, and you should have said, I'm done. You're the fool here. but she's the fourth cheating than you too. So two wrongs don't make a right, but you've ended up making it a wrong and even worse than anything. So I don't know what to tell you, bro, but all I got to say is that you're fucked in the head. You know what I mean? To plan a massive scale of revenge like that takes some sinister, sinister stuff. And that's what I got to say to you. I pray for you. You know what I mean? I do. I pray for you that you sort all that out, get all those demons out of your heads, and move the hell on. Because you do need to get out of that dark place and move into the light. You really need to rebuke all of that. Because that right there needs to start a new path of redemption, because that path there is black, and it's black like Alistair Black. Do you know what I mean? That's all I gotta say there. So no, it's not aloe black stuff. I need a dollar, dollar, dollar is what I need. No. Yeah. Yeah, you broke the woman, you've kind of abused her in this way, and now I'm hearing more that he's gone to therapy. He said he didn't confess his crimes and all that. Ah, man. And I think said now she ended up hospitalised because of all of that. The trauma you put her through, bruv. Two wrongs don't make a right, but yeah, that's mad. That's mad. It's toxic. That's what it is. Britney Spears stuff. Know that you're toxic. Ding, 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 ding. Yeah. Get some help. But I've seen he's looking like he is, so stay in there and really, really commit to that team. Till all that blackness goes, bruv. To all of that. But anyways, that's that for the confession. That was a mad one still, that last one. But anyways, we're going to move on, guys. But what do you guys think? The advice, 5-second rule. Do you think I was cheating? Was I not? Put your comments below on that one. Keep it to yourself. The weird questions, all of that. You know what I mean? So let's get on to that. Let's move on. We're gonna come to talk Carabao Cup. This thing loads. Hopefully it does load. So the Carabao Cup semi-final, first leg. We're gonna predict those games. So there we go. It's not even all right, there we are. It's finally decided to load. Semi-final, first leg, Arsenal versus Newcastle. It is on tomorrow at 8 p.m. I'm gonna predict. This is at the Emirates, so I'm gonna go for Arsenal winning this game. It's gonna be a tight one though. I would say we need to win convincingly, but I don't think we are going to win convincingly. I see it being a 2-1 Arsenal. 2-1 Arsenal. Going into the second leg, it'll be all to play for still. Tottenham versus Liverpool, which is on Wednesday, the 8th of January at 8 p.m. I'm going to go for Liverpool winning this one. They will need to bounce back after the draw to Man United. So I think they would beat Tottenham. I'm going to go for a 2-0 Liverpool win. Tottenham's pitch. And going back to Anfield's going to be peak for them as well. So those are my predictions for the EFL Cup, okay, Carabao Cup. And that we're going to move forward now to talk FA Cup. So let's try and get that up. Yeah, excuse me, I'm having to search for it because it decided to come up. So here we go. Game loading. Here we are. Okay, FA Cup, third round. Sheffield United versus Cardiff City. This is Thursday, 9th of January at 7 p.m. I'm gonna go for Sheffield United at home. I don't really watch much of the Championship, Division 1 or Division 2, so I don't really know what to tell you here. Who's on good form, who's not on good form. I'm just gonna go on the past. And Uh, I'll go with Sheffield United win this one. Maybe a tight one. 2 2-1. Fulham versus Watford. This is again Thursday, 9th January, 7:45. I'm gonna go for Fulham winning this one. 2-0 Fulham. Everton versus Peterborough. Everton should win this one, surely. Should be Peterborough, shouldn't they? But Everton, no surprise. They should win this one at home, shouldn't they? Surely. I'm going to go for a 3-2 Everton win. I think Peterborough are going to give as best as they got, but I think Everton will score a late goal and get it over the line. They'll mash it up somehow. Peterborough will probably score first, but 3-2 Everton. Wickham versus Portsmouth. This is on Friday, 10th of January, 7:45. I'm going to go for Wickham. They're at home, so I think Wickham will probably win this one. Portsmouth, they're in Championship, aren't they? I think. So on my knowledge of, I said D1, D2 Championship is not great, so it's very new. So, Wickham, 1-0 Wickham. Aston Villa, West Ham. I'm gonna go for Villa. Villa winning this one. 3-1 Aston Villa. Bristol City versus Wolves. Saturday, 11th January. Wolves. 2-1 Wolves. Middlesbrough versus Blackburn. Something telling me that Blackburn could sneak this for some reason. I don't know why. It's just some inkling I've got. So I'm going to go for Blackburn. 2-1 Blackburn. Birmingham versus Lincoln City. I'm going to go for Birmingham. 3-1 Birmingham. Liverpool, Akademi, boy. I think the kids could play in this one. Liverpool still mash them up, to be honest. 4-0. Leicester City versus QPR. City should win this one, shouldn't they? QPR will cause some problems. Tight one. 2-1 Leicester City. Nottingham Forest versus Luton Town. Nottingham Forest. 4-2 Nottingham Forest. Brentford, Plymouth. 3-1 Brentford. Chelsea, Morecambe. 4-0 Chelsea. Bournemouth, West Brom. Bournemouth 2-1. Norwich City, Brighton 3-1. Preston, Charlton 1-0. Reading, Burnley. Draw, and they'll play a replay. 1-1. Exeter City, Oxford United. Exeter 1-0. Sunderland, Stoke. Sunderland should. Stoke. 1-0 Sunderland. Leeds, Haringey Town. 3-0 Leeds. Man City, Salford City. 5-1 Man City. Leyton Orient, Derby County. 1-0 Derby. Coventry, Sheffield Wednesday. Coventry 2-1. Mansfield Town, Wigan 2-1 Wigan. Hull City, Doncaster 1-0 Hull City. Tamworth, Tottenham 3-0 Tottenham. Newcastle, Bromley, 4-1 Newcastle. Ipswich Town, Bristol Rovers, 1-0 Ipswich Town. Arsenal, Man United. This is probably the game in the FA Cup tie, isn't it? It's at the Emirates. I'm going to go for a tight one, to be honest. United are in a bit of form now, so 2-1 Arsenal. Crystal Palace, Stockport, 2-0 Crystal Palace. Southampton, Swansea, 1-0 Southampton, finally going to get a win, 1-0. Millwall, Dagenham and Redbridge, 2-1 Millwall. And that's it for the FA Cup tie. We're going to now come on to predict the Premier League. It's my match day reactions, to the Premier League and my predictions for them. There's one game to be played today for the Premier League, so we're going to come into those predictions. Right. Interesting again, loading issues and all of that. Yeah. Trust me, daddy. Alright, it's alright. Right nights and a big city. Right nights, it's alright. Interlude song, innit? Yeah, passing the time and that. So yeah, alright. We've got the games up now. Match day 20. Tottenham 1, Newcastle 2. Bournemouth 1, Everton 0. Aston Villa 2, Leicester City 1. Crystal Palace 1, Chelsea 1. Man City 4, West Ham 1. Southampton 0, Brentford 5. Brighton 1, Arsenal 1. Fulham 2, Ipswich Town 2. Liverpool 2, Man United 2. Wolves versus Nottingham Forest to play today at 8 p.m. I predict that since it is currently 2:52 p.m. in the afternoon. I'm going to predict Nottingham Forest to win this game. I think it'll be a tight affair. I'm going to go 2-1 Nottingham Forest for this game. Well, let's come on to some of the games that happened. Tottenham losing to Newcastle is what it is. You know what I mean? Bournemouth beating Everton 1-0. Everton continued to show poor form. It's a brilliant goal by the oncoming player, rushing in, caught it on brilliantly on the volley. Villa beating Leicester City 2-1. They left it late with Leon Bailey scoring a late goal to get the winner for Villa. Crystal Palace drawing against Chelsea is a great result for Palace at home. You know what I mean? Holding Chelsea to a draw. Southampton losing 5-0 to Brentford. Brentford hadn't won it away in that year, or haven't won away, I think, in the league this year, or in the league at all. So losing 5-0 to Brentford, man, insane. They got turned over like apple. And that's just what it is, man. Southampton, they're going nowhere fast. They're looking to really get that derby record, aren't they? It's not looking good at all for them. It really isn't. Man City, normal presumptions for Man City. 4-1 win. Erling Haaland bagging a few goals. Fuck him still, but it is what it is. They won. Arsenal drawing to Brighton. They're saying a penalty that shouldn't have been a penalty and whatnots and all of that. It is what it is. We didn't really play well in that game, so deservedly getting a draw. So I have no qualms or no complaints. I'm just like, well, I said it. We're not winning this league title. Congratulations to Liverpool. But even then managed to get a draw in this game as well. So, bro, they could do until Man City end up making some late push and end up stealing the title from them. It could happen. It really could happen. But Well, man, let's go. Next one. Fulham 2, Ipswich Town 2. You know, it's a brilliant result for Ipswich Town, but Fulham getting a late goal to save, them earning a point. Three penalties were in that game, weren't they? It was crazy. But yeah, insane. Liverpool 2, Man United 2. Didn't watch the game, unfortunately. Came back. I was tired, so I need sleep from my Paris trips. So heard it was a 2-2 game. Ahmad scoring and Cody Gakpo scoring a good goal as well. Saw a bit of the highlights. So Salah converting for the penalty spot. And then they had a chance to win it on both teams late on, and they didn't take it. But it ends in a draw. Is it a good result for Arsenal? I personally don't care anymore. Personally, I think we're still not going to win this title, so it doesn't really matter, regardless of whatever the result was in that game. It's just more of this opportunities to come that we don't take. So it is what it is, there, man. So yeah, and that's it, guys, for the Premier League and the podcast in general. So I'd like to big you guys up. Wish you guys again Happy New Year. Thank you all for checking out this episode 20 of the Claire Point Podcast Season 2. So big yourselves up. First one of the new year. Thank you for new listeners, old listeners, people who supported and watched and subscribed over the last year. Big yourselves up again. Thank you guys for watching this episode. You know we usually do it when I finish. Peace, love, unity, have fun, and you're either all in or clear out.